I'm ready if you're ready.
Hey everybody, welcome to Confessional Magazine, and I am here today with the one and only Jaclyn Marfuggi. Am I saying your last name correctly?
Oh my God, you just killed that.
Okay, I figured it was a Fuji because of the, the Jersey thing.
Yes, no, we're like the Fugees. I'm like, think of killing me softly and then think of my name. That's it. That's what I do with men. I kill them softly. I just penetrate their brains.
Softly and slowly.
And I just get in there. Yep, that's my thing. Hi, thank you so much for having me, Taylor. I'm so excited.
Of course. So, Jaclyn, you are just all over the place when it comes to like even just your talent. So you're a stand-up comedian. You do your plyo dance stuff. You have been in all different sorts of movies and TV shows, and you have a really cool TV show coming out in a little bit that we'll talk about. But where did you get your start, like in this whole world of entertainment?
Gosh, tormenting my parents and my cousins, making them watch me just put on Britney Spears shows and Madonna concerts like every chance I could get. So yeah, I got my start in New Jersey. As a little girl, just New York was always like a hop, skip, and a jump away. And I have to say, I used to like sneak into the city and say I was going to like stay at a girlfriend's house, and I would like go to like professional Broadway dance center classes, like take the train in, like that's safe.
Good like, for you. I mean, in high school, I used to skip and go watch Carson Daly and TRL.
I never made it to CRL.
Oh no.
No,
that was like the skipping school thing that we would do.
Oh, I'm so jealous, Taylor. The closest I got, I stood in line for hours and hours to be on like Becoming Britney for MTV. And that was it. That was the closest I got.
What was that like? You were surrounded by a million other Britney stans.
Actually like looked like Britney. Like I legit do, like I have brown hair, like I am, and at the time bleached my hair blonde, bleached my eyebrows. Like I was also, I think like just starting college. So I was like party bloated. Like it was just not a good look. And they were all super cute. I was like, you should definitely pick them.
I love that.
Yeah. So it was good though, keeps me humble.
Yeah, right. So what would you say was your first like break into the industry with because you've been in films going back years now?
Yeah. My first film, super popular, like I think in Germany, it's called Frat House Massacre.
Yes.
Yeah, I had just like graduated college. I auditioned in New York City. Like it was just that like awesome fun. Like there was callbacks. Like it just felt so cool. I think it was Ripley Greer Studios in New York where like all the auditions were held. And they flew us out to Ohio. We filmed on Ohio State's campus. And I lived in Ohio for like a month, like in a hotel with all these like hot young actors. Like it was so ridiculous. And yeah.
What a cool experience though.
Oh my God. And of course the first scene I had to film, it's like the first movie I've ever done. And it's a sex scene. I mean, no nudity or anything, but like literally get off the plane. They take me to my hotel. They're like, all right, you're filming. And it was literally just like, it was a love scene. And I wouldn't call it a love scene, but it was aggressive.
So you're like, Mom and Dad, I made it.
I'm done. We can quit. Thank you for paying for college. It's great. So
where did you go for college?
I went to University of Rhode Island.
Nice.
And yeah. You were right. I was there after Lamar Odom. I guess he was like our claim to fame.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I danced for the basketball team. I was a Ramette. We danced on the court. We were like the Laker girls of Rhode Island. So very pale and about 20 pounds heavier. Fine.
Picturing it now.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a lot. So yeah, that was it. I kind of got my start in New York. Then I did like a small little thing on Guiding Light, which was humbling and cool. Like they put you in like on a soap opera, like other people's dressing rooms that aren't there. and you're like, wow, they're so much cooler than I am. And then you leave. And then, yeah, I was taking acting classes with Michael Imperioli from The Sopranos. Like half the cast of The Sopranos were my acting teachers. And then a friend of mine her parents had an apartment literally like next to where they filmed like 90210. You know, the beach house that like Kelly and all them lived in? Like, that's like where we lived, and we moved to Manhattan Beach, and that the rest is history. It's like 10 years later, and that I can't believe I've been in LA that long. I'm like such a Jersey girl. It's crazy, but I've done a ton of stuff out in LA, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. So how often do you get to go back to Jersey then?
Oh my God. Well, before the world shut down, I was going back and forth every month because I was touring with Mike Marino. I was featuring for him on the road. He's a really funny Jersey Italian comedian. And we did like New Jersey Performing Arts Center, like NJ Pack, Gotham in New York. Like, so every month I was back and forth. I felt bi-coastal. And then I did Sopranos Con. That was like the cap of everything. I was performing at like Catch a Rising Star in Jersey. Like, it was just awesome. The last trip I took back here before the pandemic was actually to fly in to audition for Britney Spears' Broadway show.
I just love this full circle moment.
It was so full circle, literally, because my parents drove me into the city, and my mom came up with me to the audition. And I don't know about you guys, if you've never been to like a Broadway audition or anything, like it's like all these girls that always see each other at auditions that are like, oh my God, and like so nice, but they're all like pulling their legs over their heads and practicing and just like scaring the shit out of each other. And my mom's sitting there and she's like, you should get into a split right now. Like, she was like coaching me. It was so funny. It was a lot. And she's like, your dad wants to come up. I'm like, please don't let him.
It's already too much, Mom.
It's already too much. And I didn't know anyone. I'm like the LA girl. I'm like way tanner. My extensions are everywhere. They were like, get out of here.
And your tan was probably real.
I know. Yeah. So it was good. It was cool. But it was very full circle. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, that was it. And I've just been doing stuff like this for basically the past year. Humor Me. It was awesome because I got to film my stuff at the Ice House Comedy Club in LA. I mean, the people that are in it are awesome, and I'm excited about it. But yeah, it was cool. It was my first time like filming stand-up for like actually no. The first time I filmed stand-up was for Vanderpump Rules.
Yes. Okay, so let's backtrack. Let's talk Vanderpump, and then we'll move on to Humor Me, because it is a really cool, fun show that's coming out. So Vanderpump, I mean, I know that like people that are following our Instagram account, we got a big Bravo following in here. So what was that like?
Oh my God. First of all, like, I don't post about Bravo that much, but since like lockdown, especially, like, I am on it. I am watching everything. I literally think I watched the reunion last night and like Salt Lake and like 3 times over. It was just like playing on repeat in the background. That Bravo has like gotten me through every night of quarantine, because I normally was out at a comedy club every night, so I wasn't watching TV. And Bravo was the only reoccurring thing that literally is out. So, oh girl, let's go. Let's go in. I am here. Tell them everything. Tell them all. Trying to
so I mean, how did you? I know you've like been on Stassi's podcast and stuff in the past. Like,
I am drinking a Kettle One. I'm trying to let you in on this right now. It's Kettle One vodka spritz, and it's a peach flavor, and they're only 73 calories. Not an ad. It's been a long day, so I popped open a spritz.
It feels like that was a really good ad, because I'm gonna head out right after this and look for those, because I love the botanicals, like the actual bottle of vodka. I get like the cucumber mint, I think is the one that I tried.
It's like a spa in your mouth.
It's so like earthy, but like not like nice. It's nice. Yeah. So yeah, good plug.
Yeah, love it. Sorry.
No. So yeah, how did you like even meet these, like the Vanderpump girls in the first place?
It's really funny. So my first Vanderpump interaction was a studio. Tom Sandoval was in my class, and he was actually dating one of my friends. I think this was right before Kristen. So guys, everything Tom Sandoval does on TV is exactly what he's like. Like the manicuring of the eyebrows, like the deep, like intense, like it was all there from the beginning, 100% authentic. So that was like my first foray, but like we were all like struggling actors at that time.
Right.
And then cut to, I've been stand-up comedy for a while. Rachel O'Brien and I became like best friends through stand-up. And I just organically, Stassi and I lived a block away from each other.
Okay.
So Rachel would hang out and I would like end up, they would invite me, I'd walk over, and yeah, it was just organic how it happened.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's certain things obviously Stassi said that don't agree with all of that, right. But we have similar interests where like I go to New Orleans every year, like Louisiana, I do Habitat for Humanity there every year. Love it. Might be getting married there when we're allowed to. Like that, the haunted stuff, and also just style wise, I always said I like classic with an edge. Like there was like similar body, like all of it. And we just like clicked. We loved Britney. I mean, you can listen to the podcast. So like it was all very easy, and they kind of like opened me up, open arms. And then we started like a comedy group. Well, we had already had it, Gabby Conti, Rachel O'Brien and I, and then we brought Kristen Doty. And just because we were doing like sketches and stand up, and yeah, it was actually really fun.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, we performed all over Hollywood, and the first time they filmed it was at the Parlor Hollywood, and I hosted the whole show, and actually it was cool. The clip they used was Kristen and I doing a whole sketch about girls who can never get enough plastic surgery. So it was really fun, and it was great. We packed the house, and the whole cast like was front row center. And I made a joke right off the bat that they really should have like put makeup on for this, like get it together, because they were all just like just like snatched. I was like, God, you could have tried a little harder. And it was really fun. And then we sold out the Hollywood Improv the next time, and they came and they filmed that. I mean, I filmed with them like, it was like Sheena's ex and someone else's joint birthday at Sheena. There was like a house and maybe a Zuza. I don't know.
A lot happens.
Yeah, but it is hard, especially as like a comedian. I feel like the tables have flipped, actress, comedian, because for the first like 8 years I was in Hollywood, it was like no reality, like no. So we never wanted to be associated with it. We were like, no, we're real actors. We're real. Right. And now I don't care. Hire me. Hire me. Put me on Netflix. I mean, even this summer, Joe Gorga, from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, he started before the lockdown and everything, doing some shows with Mike Marino. Also, he did like his first. I'm sure it'll probably be on this season of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Yeah, which you're from here, so I want your opinion on the trailer.
Oh goodness, yes.
Yeah. And so Mike this summer called me, and he was like, "Hey, we're doing this like backyard, like backstage blackjack thing, like taped thing with Joe Gorga. You might have to do impressions. You might have to do stand up. I don't know. Just get here." And so I show up, and just immediately I was late. You know how it is in Jersey when you're like, oh, it takes 2 hours to go from like North Jersey to basically Atlantic City. And then it was not that at all. Right. And so I literally showed up, they mic'd me, and they were like, you're standing next to Joe. And we just immediately clicked. He was so awesome. I felt like he was like a big brother. Like, he was like roasting my now fiance as to why he hasn't proposed to me the whole time. Perfect. Like, it was so great. I was taller, but he has like a magnetic quality to him where you're like, so it
like he's actually taller than like he is.
Yes. So
I could see that. So what, okay, let's talk about this trailer real quick then. Yeah. Okay. Do you believe that like there's cheating going on in the Gorga marriage? Like,
what? That was such a shock to me. to see that, just especially because I've had conversations with him about him and Melissa and like their sex life. But on the flip side, I don't know, people that talk about it so much, it's like, is it really happening?
Right. Like if you got to brag, like.
Yeah. Like, but that's like their thing. That's like any like hard, like hot-blooded Italian, like Jersey dude from like his era. I feel like that's just like how you talk.
Yeah. It's like the big game. You're shooting, you're talking the big game, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. But I feel like that might have been played up a bit. I don't know.
And I'm hopeful that it is because like, I love them. They're like my favorite couple. Although I do have like a major crush on Evan. I'm not gonna lie. Like, right?
Do not sleep on Evan. No one's sleeping on Evan. Actually, well, according to the trailer, there are people sleeping on Evan. Actually.
Ooh, we'll find out.
Awkward. That's the one I was like, oh, I believe that. Like, I would lock him up. Like, I'd be like, you're not going to the gym. We'll have a guy personal trainer that's coming here. We're gonna have a tracking device on your phone. Like, no, sorry.
Like,
bye.
Whenever those chips are available, we'll get you implanted, or just take them to the vet. They can do it to dogs. They could probably do it to husbands.
Exactly. And that's what the vaccine is. It's actually a tracking device for wives.
If only we could all use it. No, it's fine. I mean, no one really knows what's in the vaccine, right?
No. If it's gonna let me like perform in full comedy clubs and hug my family, finally, I'll take it. Yeah.
Amen.
I'm literally like the find out everything you need to know about me. It's already on the internet anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So, let's think. What else has gone on since like the Vanderpump days, and what are you up to now? I know you have your podcast.
Yeah. So since the Vanderpump days, I again was just touring and I was exploring. Like I didn't have a podcast when that started. So I would say that like Rachel, Stassi, like they were all influential, and I was lucky enough to have like Katie, Britney, like they were all on in the beginning and they were awesome. Katie, by the way, is I feel like so much more stunning and hot in person. Like if you've seen her butt in person, it's phenomenal. It's so nice. I just
put that on my bucket list.
Yes, it's a good one. It's like a shelf. So I was just doing comedy, and then I got certified as a bucket list thing because I always danced, and I was looking for a workout that was like sexy and fun, kind of like that jazzy, Fosse, Britney Spears style, but also like workout. And it kind of, there's this thing I teach now called Plyo Jam. And it's the highest cardio, like you're drenched in sweat by the end. And it's not like cheesy. It's up-to-date songs. It's awesome. And you're just like rocking out, but you're also doing squats and jumps and lunges and boxing, but also like body rolls. You can go check out Plyo Jam on the Instagram. I mean, James Corden, we shot a segment with him and BTS this time last year. It was like one of the last things I did probably, which was really cool. Reese Witherspoon loves it. Like it's so fun. So I've just been teaching a lot of in-person classes. And then once everything shut down, Zoom 100%. Now I teach like twice a week, and it's cool. It's fun.
That is so much fun. I mean, I remember my freshman year of college, I went to Montclair State University before I transferred to Ohio University. And I remember going to like a Barnes and Noble and buying the Carmen Electra. Like she had like the strip workout. Do you remember this?
Do I remember this? Those were like my Bibles. I still have all the DVDs. I obsessed. I literally had to like cancel my whole day when I ran into her at Crunch Gym, which I used to go to in West Hollywood. I was just like, oh my God, like I can quit life now. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I bought those, and I remember just like doing it in my dorm room. Like, what am I doing? But like, So fun. But that like reminded me of like, that was like the same kind of fun, like get into it and have fun while you're working out, right? Because if you're having fun while you're doing it, like it's not as straight, like it's fun. You don't feel the pain as much.
Oh yeah, I need to distract myself. Like I just finished. I was working out. I do on my off days Obey Fitness.
Okay.
Which they're great workouts, and I've noticed like I was quarantined in New Jersey for like basically the summer, then went back to LA, and I put on some weight when I was here this summer. And
it's the food.
It's the food and the stress. I don't know about you, but I am not someone who's cute. Like I know if I, knock on wood, can ever get pregnant, I will not be like Morgan Stewart or Stassi. Like it won't be like I'm perfect and I have collarbones and then it's like, yes, it's everything's getting bigger. Like it's no, I am going to be like a tank, like coming in. Like, it's not like, I'm not that person. So I literally, if I am stressed out, I am just, that's it. I'm getting bigger. So
yeah,
that happened this summer. Yeah, it was crazy. And then I don't know. Now I'm back here again. I'm coming at you. I'm actually at the fiance's parents' house, which is in the same neighborhood as the Gorgas Beach House. So,
oh, so funny.
Yeah. So we saw them filming all summer. Like there was always Bravo vans in the neighborhood, and I'd be like, okay.
Do you just like ever stop by and be like, hey guys, you know, I'm right here.
They actually, Joe invited us to like come to like, he was like, you have to come over for a barbecue, all this. And we just didn't end up, you know, cause like Corona,
yeah,
you know, we're like, thank you. Maybe later.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like extend this for next year.
Next year, yeah. We're actually I'm trying to get him to do What's Your Jersey, because I like took a pause and like we're rebranding, and I just did like a shoot for it, and I want to like make it fresh and all that. So point being, Obey, I shut off the sound on the workouts and I put Bravo on behind it because I get bored and I have to like trick my mind. And so I was like watching the reunion. Southern Charm, I've started from the beginning now when I work out because I had never seen it. And
really?
Yeah.
It's so problematic right now.
Oh my God. I even like watching the first season, I'm like, how is this allowed on TV?
Isn't it crazy to go back and watch the earlier seasons of pretty much anything that's been on TV?
Anything. Like we're all assholes.
Yeah. Why did it take this long for people to start standing up to the assholes? That's the problem.
Yeah, no. Even it really upset me actually watching the OC reunion last night. Did you see it?
Yeah.
I mean, so many things about it. So many things.
A lot to unpack.
It's a lot to unpack. And I get like even watching like Kelly Dodd just being like, what do you want from me? Like what? I get they were coming to like a standstill because I know like Andy was just like, basically like, you're an asshole, like apologize. Yeah. And the one thing I agreed with Bronwyn on was her being like, Kelly, this is your opportunity to not be an asshole and apologize, and nothing.
Like we're literally laying this out we're handing it to you. What are you doing?
What are you doing? But at least we had Salt Lake after it. I mean, I have so many. Last night's episode was kind of like filler. I felt like I feel next Wednesday is going to be good. I
am loving Heather Gay. Like, I think we all just like need a Heather Gay in our lives.
When Heather Gay made like a joke about meatballs, I was like, well, now we're friends.
Or like the lollipop drumstick.
Yeah. Done.
Yep.
That's who I would hang out with. Obsessed. Love her. It was funny. I love it.
Lisa.
Lisa, I in the beginning hated her, and then I was like, no, she's like authentically unaware of how annoying she is, and now I just find her funny. Like I love that. I love that.
Can I touch?
Yes. Now I'm like here for it. Meredith, she's like not a real person, which I love.
She's a little robotic.
Oh my God. All of it. Like, I feel like you have to watch these Bravo shows with like just a sense of humor, and then it's a lot. But Jen Shaw, I literally have to take a Xanax every time she comes on screen. I can't.
I want to like somehow send a Xanax through the screen to her.
Oh.
Like, Yeah, it's a
Man,
lot.
I feel bad for her. There's a lot going on there. And I'm happy they got a second season because I feel like all of it's just gonna get juicier.
Me too. Have you heard if everybody's back for season 2
I
yet?
haven't. I feel like Mary might not be back.
Yeah, because she was kind of she was written out initially.
Yeah.
And then they had to bring her back because the other girl that was supposed to be in got too problematic. Did you hear about this?
I did, and I'm happy. Like, she was annoying for like the 10
The
seconds
one
she
that
was
like
on my
came in
screen.
and she was the one with the party, right? That was
Yeah.
like, oh, this
Whose
is your
birthday?
Yeah.
Like, what? I've been there for these filmings. You know what's going on. There is someone micing you, like, you know what you're walking into, like, they know, you know.
She knew.
You know. God. No.
Oh man.
It is what it is.
So what is I like to ask people their 5-year plan.
Oh,
And that could be 2 separate things. It could be, because there's 2 things. There's your plan and then there's your dream. And they can come together. But
oh. My dreams were kind of crushed. I mean, my dream was always to do kind of like Broadway, TV, movies, stand-up tour, and just kind of have them intertwine. Broadway, I don't know when that's ever coming back. I hope maybe it's a foreshadowing thing that like my last in-person audition was a Broadway show and that maybe that'll come back. So that's like dream. Over. Yeah, crossover. I'm writing a TV show basically about like my life. Like there's not a lot of Italian American girls that grew up in Jersey that are living with their in-laws to be. And the comedy that comes out of that. So that's in the works right now. So basically the dream is to kind of take that to stage, so you have a sitcom. I mean, I grew up watching Friends. I mean, Rachel Karen Green was like goals to me. Friends and The Sopranos. So like a hybrid of The Sopranos and Friends.
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't want that in their life right now?
I think we all need that in our lives right now. When I was younger, I was like, I really want to be like Rachel, you know what I mean? Like from Friends, you just like, you want to like emulate this person, right? But I realize now I just am Phoebe. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And if you can't sleep at night, just Google Phoebe blooper reel on YouTube and it'll be like 15 minutes of just pure gold. It'll just spark joy. I mean, that's the thing, like, especially during the pandemic, I just started rewatching Friends because it was comforting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So those are dreams. Goals right now, I'm leaning into it. So I started working with Orca Live, which is kind of like QVC, but like cool with Amazon, which QVC, I'll totally work for you too. You're cool. Awesome. Also. But we're leaning into now I'm doing segments once a week. It's a celebrity dish, like cookbook thing. So actually this week, the cookbook they picked for me to do is Teresa Giudice's book.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I was like, really? Because I was like, we're staying at the Jersey Shore. We're in the same town as like the Jersey Shore house. So I pitched Keto Guido as like Vinny's book. Because I have gym tan laundry on a shirt. Like I have everything with me. And they were like, no, it's more of like a housewife demographic.
Yeah.
So tonight I have to actually pick recipes from her book to do. So that should be fun. Last week was so fun. We did Chrissy Teigen's Cravings. Great. And coming up, we actually have a Friends cookbook that's coming up. And so I'm really
so cool.
Yeah. Leaning into the food thing. I have a company. I can't talk about it yet, but we're in talks. I call my listeners on my podcast Meatballs. So it's a meatball company and like they want me to do all these things with them. And I'm
so stoked for this.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I'm already like so excited. I'm on board.
So fun. Yes. I mean, and then I actually made a cookbook for my dad. My dad he was the head of the Cheese Importers Association for the world. He's the president of this huge cheese company. He's been in the food business his whole life.
Goals. Did you just have like free cheese all the time growing up? I need to know.
Lie. yesterday was National Cheese Lovers Day, and I almost posted a video of like a case of cheese arriving at my door. It's like the scariest part of the pandemic. Like, I don't cry over like normal stuff. I cry over like being delivered food. And yeah, and then I was like, this is much. Like, this might be mean to post. Like, there's kids starving somewhere, which I will donate cheese to 100%. But yeah, so I made him a cookbook with all these like cool Italian recipes. So I kind of want to get that published and work with him on that. So there's just a lot of cooking stuff being live, all that.
That is so cool. So with the Orca, it's live. Is it like anybody could pop in at any time? How do people join that or find it?
It's so fun. So you can chat. You literally, if you go on Instagram, it's at Orca Live. And there's a link, you just click on it. And the coolest thing about it is everything I'm showing and talking about pops up in the carousel. So it's like an Amazon shopping
screen. That's so cool. Yeah.
It's great. When I first started with them, which I'll still do, I love doing it. I did a lot of makeup tutorials, skincare, like all just basically stuff I learned on TikTok, which is also a segment I do. And like the rollers and the steamers and the suction cup, like all of it. And it's just evolved into this thing, and it's really fun. And we have like a ton of views. And once it's okay in LA to go back into the studio, like we're actually going to go into the studio, and like it's going to be a much bigger thing. So I kind of jumped on because the people behind it are awesome. They've produced a ton of TV and all that. So it's like a very cool startup. Yeah,
that is very, very cool. Because I have seen yours, definitely I've seen Orca the most on, but I have started to see it popping up around a little bit. So that is exciting to get that word out for that. So very, very cool. And I think all of your cooking stuff is just so fun, because what can every single person relate to more than food? I mean, people come together to eat. You call up your friend, you say, what do you want to do? Let's go eat, or let's go drink.
That's perfect. Done. And my boyfriend's always like, if you're ever upset, the thing that sparks the most joy for me at this moment is opening like a delivery food box. He's like, all of a sudden, like everything changes. Yep, that's sorry.
Good days.
Yep, I can't help it. That just makes me happy. That and a big glass of wine. That's it.
Yep.
So
I understand and feel that.
Yeah.
So where else can we find you on like social media and everything?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, and I try to stay like connected to everyone. I've been really into doing like all the polls lately, like finding out what people like more. Just I find myself doing them, so I'm definitely doing those. TikTok, I manage a few TikTok accounts too, so like I've gotten like really involved in that. I do like tutorials, because some of the dances, if you don't break them down, they look so aggressive and intimidating, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're a good dancer with everything, so like
so yeah, TikTok, I'm on that a lot. My favorite thing I've done on TikTok so far is the Poosh smoothie, that it was like Kourtney Kardashian and Addison Rae's smoothie.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did like a whole breakdown of making it, but like I added a bunch of stuff so it actually tastes good. I was like, a few scoops of peanut butter aren't in the recipe, but like whatever. You know, so stuff like that's really fun. We did right when TikTok, like when J-Lo and A-Rod did the flip the switch thing, we did it and it hit, and that went pretty viral, which was really fun. So yeah, I'm on TikTok, Orca Live, Plyo Jam, which plyojam.com. You can find everything. There's a ton of online content, and then I do my own classes. And then I've been doing Zoom stand-up shows. I haven't said yes to any in-person shows yet, just because I am staying with older, like compromised, like I feel like I just shouldn't do that right now.
Right. Absolutely.
Until everyone gets like vaccinated. So I have been doing, the last show I did, it was awesome. It was with Eric Rivera, who has an HBO special, and Rel Battle, who's everywhere. Like, it was so fun. Francisco Ramos has an HBO special. So check that out. I think the link's still up. So I've just been trying to like stay in that arena also, and just try to connect. I feel like it could be daunting, even like getting on these Zooms. Like I like rushed to get ready and I was like, oh, but I always feel better after connecting. And I feel like it's so important for everyone to still like stay in contact and like make themselves do this.
100%. Because if you stay stagnant, then like, I don't know, we're just all gonna turn into like agoraphobes at some point.
Yeah.
Like, but I did catch you say earlier that you're into spooky things.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to tell you a story.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm like super into like ghost hunters and like ghost adventures and like all this stuff. Like I'm constantly in like Zach's DMs. Don't mind me, Zach Bagans. Yeah.
Love it.
So years ago, I don't even know, 10 years ago, 50, I don't even know. So I am dating my now husband and I'm living in Ohio and I'm calling back to my family in New Jersey and it's at my birthday. And I call them and I'm like, you're never going to believe what Dex got me. And like, they're all like, oh my God, are you engaged? Like, this is the moment. Like he proposed. And I'm like, ghost hunting equipment. And I was literally equally as excited to get, he got me like the professional, like EVP, like I am good to go.
Oh my God. Wait,
Sorry, mom and dad at the time, but like.
Sorry. I love that so much. Carrie Martin, who's a comedian and she has White Wine True Crime podcast. She actually DM'd me today and she sent me that meme of like, how come like ghosts are always like creepy dudes from the 1700s? Like I want a ghost to just jump out in the middle of the night and scream, it's Britney, bitch. And I was like, oh my God, like, I love you. And she was like, I'm doing this for your birthday next year. I'm going to make it happen. And I was like, please haunt me as Britney whenever you want. Like, I want that. If you haven't watched, you have to, if you look on the Comedy Store's Instagram page, I forget the name of it. It's not Ghost Hunters, but it's something in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched the episode. It's so good. And creepy shit happens on it. Like, and I've performed there a million times and I know that space. And like, I legit believed everything they did. I didn't feel like anything was staged. You have to watch it. It's so good.
I will.
Love. Oh my God. I love that you love this shit.
Yeah. So like weird New Jersey, like, did you grow up like doing all that stuff with your friends? I mean, I don't know. Do they have that in every state? I don't even know. Or is that just like a New Jersey magazine thing?
I don't even know. We should find
this
out.
In New Jersey, there's this magazine called Weird New Jersey, and it literally will just tell you all of these like haunted places and the stories behind it. And like in high school, that was like what we would do on the weekends, is just like break into like the old mental institutions and stuff and hide from the cops.
Oh my God. No, we did that. I played Nurse Ratched in college and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And as like a character study, went and like broke into a mental institution. I don't recommend, it was empty. But like, yeah, I love that shit. And I kid you not, I was looking up wedding venues yesterday and Googled haunted places in New Jersey to have your wedding.
Oh my God. I know it's not Jersey, but you should get married at like the Penn State, the penitentiary in Philly.
Oh, yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but it sounds awesome.
It's where Al Capone was held. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's right up your, I'll send you a link to it.
Right up the alley. I love it. I even pitched, my parents live down the street from the house they filmed The Sopranos at. And I even pitched to them. I was like, what if we just like rent out The Sopranos house? I feel like that would be a good wedding. And they're like, no. like they're not cheesy Jersey Italian. I am. Like, I'm the one that like
you're like into this.
Yeah, I lean into it. I do. I love it so much. I love all that. And that's why you would love the Comedy Store thing, because it originally was a nightclub called Ciro's and it was like an Italian mob hangout, and that's why it's haunted. Nice. You know, like all
I'm gonna have to watch this for sure.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Jaclyn. I had so much fun talking to you. And I mean, Everybody make sure you're checking out Jaclyn Marfuggi on Instagram and anywhere. Honestly, just Google her name and stuff will pop up, and it's Jaclyn, Jaclyn.
Yes, so good. I love it. And
You can spell. Wait, speaking of which, weren't you like a spelling bee winner in first grade? Or storyteller? My bad.
Right? I love it. I love.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, best storyteller. Really got me far in life. It's my destiny.
You're still here telling stories. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Taylor.
Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
Bye.
bye girl.
You're the brightest thing that I ever did see.